Hello, my name is Rosa Cortez. This is activity 1 of software certification. Quality of the process. A mutually model is a widely used technique that is proved to be valuable to assess business process or certain aspect or organizations, as it represents a path towards an increasing organization and systematic way of doing business. CMM was developed and is promoted by the Software Engineering Institute, a research and development center sponsored by the U.S. Department of Defense. The Capability Maturity Model (CMM) is a methodology used to develop and refine an organization's software development process. The CMM was designed to help development select process improvement strategies by determining their current process maturate and identify the uses most critical to improving their software quality and process. This model describes a five-level evolutionary path of increasingly organized and systematical, more mature process. The CMM is a similar to ISO 901 on of the ISO 900 series of standards specified by the International Organization for Standardization. The ISO 9001 specifies a minimal acceptable quality level for software process, while the CMM establishes a framework for continuous process improvement and is more explicit than the ISO standard in defining the means to be employed to the end. CMM 5 maturity levels of software process. The five maturity levels define a scale for measuring the maturity of an organization's software process and for evaluating the capability of this process. They also help an organization priorities its improvement efforts. Each maturity level comprises of set process goals that which satisfies stabilize an important component of the process. Achieving each level of maturity frameworks establish a different component in the software process, resulting in an increasing in the process capability of the organization. The five software capability maturity levels had been defined as: initial, the software process is characterized as ad hoc and occasionally even chaotic. Free processes are defined and success depends on individual efforts and erratics. Repeatable, basic project management processes are established to track cost, schedule, and functionality. Defined, the software process for bound management and engineered activities is documented, standardized, and integrated in all processes for the organization. All projects use an approved version of the organization's standard software process for development and maintaining software. Management, the late Missouri of the software process and product quality are collected. Both the software process and products are quantitative life understood and controlled. And optimizing continuous process improvement is enabled by quantitative feedback for the process and from piloting innovative ideas and technologies. SPICE Software process improvement and capability determination. ISIS international standard ISO IAC 15504 that provides a framework for the assessment and improvement of software development process. It is derived from the process life cycle standard ISO 12207 and from maturity models such as Bootstrap, Trillium, and Capability Maturity Model Integrated CMMI. SPY features is Guide to Performing an Assessment for Software Development Projects, includes a description of this assessment process, includes a model for performing an assessment, includes a description of tools that may be used as part of the assessment process, includes the description of factors that contribute to the sources of search and assessment. ISO IEC 15004 is organized around a reference model that is divisible in two dimensions, a process dimensions and capability dimensions. This image shows the two dimensions, the process and the capacity. The process are defined as to capability levels numbers from 0 to 5, where 0 describes an incomplete process, 1 a performance process, and so on, with 5 equating to an optimizing process. Process capabilities come to acquired process attributes numbered C, where C is the capability level, 1 is performance process, 2 performance management process, and so forth, and X is a number associated with a specific related attribute, so that 2 and 1 represent performance manager, while 2 and 2 represent work product management. The ultimate goal of ISO IAC 15504 is to achieve process improvement with a technology organization based on rigorous definition of objects and programs to help a team. ISO 15504 consists of 10 parts that have been published separate from 2003 and 2011. Okay, continuous and ISO IAC 12207 and software life cycle process is contain process activities and tasks that are to be applied during the acquisition of a software system, product, or service, and during the supplies development, operation, maintenance, and disposal of software products. This standard is based on 7 fundamental processes. Each of theirs is divided in threads. And 1 agreement process. Their process defines the activities necessary to establish an agreement between two organizations. Second, organizational projects enabling process. The organizational projects and travel process management, the organization capability to acquire and supply products of service through to the initial supports and control the projects. Three project process in the international stand the projects have been shows as the context for describing process concerned with planning, assessment and control. The principles related to this process can be applied in area of an organization management. 4. Technical process. The technical process are used to define the requirements for a system, for transform the requirements in an effective product, to permit conscious reproduction on the product where necessary, to use the product to provide the requirement service, to sustain the proven to those service, and to dispose of the products wherein rated from service. And then 5, software implementations process are used to produce a specified system elements, software items implement in the software to process transfer specified behavior interface and implementation constraints into implementation actions resulting in a system elements that satisfies the requirements derived from the system's requirements. 6. Software support process is provide a specified focus set of activities for performing a specialized software process. A supporting process assists the software implementation process as an integral part with a distinct purpose, contributing on the success and quality on the software project. And 7 is the software resource process. The software resource process groups consist of the process that support an organization ability to resource software items across project boundaries, and their process are unique because be their nature, the operation of sites, the bounds, and any particular projects. Thank you.